And hello again, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Welcome back to another episode, man. We're gonna, we're still here. We're still doing this. I know the set has changed quite a few times. I know there's been some things changed. Um, you know, life changes, so you just gotta adapt. You know what I mean? And I've already said this enough, so we're just gonna get into it. This week, not I've had to readjust how I think about things while I'm here. Um, there's been some things happening around me that, for lack of a better terms, are stupid. And sometimes in life you have to realize when you do a stupid and when you have to fix the stupid. Let me explain. So when you go through life and you see people, it could be at a grocery store, it could be anywhere. The stupid knows no bounds. Let me say that again. The stupid knows no bounds. The stupid can pop up anywhere in your life. The stupid can be any form that it chooses. And here's how to spot the stupid. I mean, the real stupid. So, you're at a store, okay? Someone cuts in front of you in line. Let's say it's a long... Okay, I'll give you an example. We're having a huge snowstorm come through tonight, and I was at the grocery store just getting stuff to hunker down with, not like weekly groceries. So I was standing there in line. It was a really big line. The store was packed, and this is, I have to admit this, but this is my favorite time to shop. My favorite time, because I get to witness people just how they truly are. When a disaster, like when the pandemic showed up, I went grocery shopping. When first news broke out of there's a pandemic, it's coming, get prepared. Around that time, I went grocery shopping because people are wild, absolutely wild when it comes to major events. I don't want to say tragedy, but I'll say major events. I mean, I went to Myers right down the street from me. I was just standing there with the guy who like stocked shelves, and I was like, dude, this is kind of weird. He's like, this is pandemonium. This is apps. I've never seen this. And I'm like, this is great. I love it. I love it. So when I hear like a snowstorm's coming in, something like that, I'm like, to the grocery store we go. To the grocery store we go. And boy, did I not. God blessed me with a story to tell. So I got all my stuff. I got... Through the week, I like to eat healthy. A fruit salad. And that's about it. I'll eat off the Roach Coach. Dude, they got these brownies on there called kitchen brownies. Ooh. Or no. What are they called? Dangerous brownies? Something like that. Really good. But they have a called kitchen sink. It's got like M&Ms and like, it's, oh my God, it's so good. Anyway, so for the weekend, this weekend, I just bought like oven pizza, some Hot Pockets, and those little sausage biscuits that you throw in a microwave, and some Monster Energy drinks. I got water, so we're Gucci on that. Too good. So I'm standing. I got all my stuff. Now I see this guy. He has 3 tall boy Miller Lights in his hand, walking around. For 20, I see him. I note him over in the drink aisle. 20 minutes later, he shows back up with the same beers in his hands, walking around. That's it. I get in the self-checkout aisle. I'm standing there. I see him again pass me. Like, there's no way this guy is here just for 3 tall boy beers. 3 tall boy beers. And I get into the scanner, scan all my stuff, paid for it, getting ready to take my stuff, and he asked me, getting ready to carry my stuff, because I was like, I'll just leave this card here for somebody. Boy, did the universe show up in its primal form. He asked me, he was like, hey man, can I use that cart? I'm like, hey dude, go for it. Puts his 3 beers in the cart, gets in line. Let me say it again. Puts the 3 beers in his cart, gets in line. And that guy votes. Does nobody see how hilarious that is? Now, let's think of it this way too. Is he getting what he's going to survive on for a snowstorm? Possibly. Does he have all the food he needs at home? Food and water and all that at home? Possibly. But what I saw was a man who had 3 tall boy beers in his hands. Asked some random stranger, actually carried him around for 20 minutes, asked a random stranger to have his cart, puts the 3 beers in his cart, gets in line. Magic. Absolute magic. And I got to tell you, the universe always comes through for me every time, because I'm like, man, I want to see something funny. Every time I go shopping at one of these major event ordeals, I want to see something funny. I want to see something funny. And the universe shows up. Now, that is one form of stupid. Here's another form. Let's just say I don't know. I really have hesitance about saying this one. You get hired onto a job. Part of your job, when you get done with you go collect your parts. Let's just say you're building an engine. Okay? You collect all your parts. But one of these spark plugs, it's out of stock. Now, am I going to stand around and complain about it? Or am I just going to go get more spark plugs and throw them in that specific area and just move on with my day, and we'll make someone else's day, we don't have, we'll do the job just to move it along. I'm fine with people going, hey, we're out of parts. I'm going to go get a part from another location while this part is being stocked here. That is fine. But when you're out of a certain part, you go get a full set. Let's just say these spark plugs come in boxes. You go get a full box of spark plugs. Take the amount of spark plugs that you need and put the box of spark plugs on the ground next to where they're supposed to be at, and then just walk away and leave that box of spark plugs on the ground so someone else has to deal with it. That's stupid. Now, for a while there, that is a stupid. By universal law, that is a stupid. Now, a couple ways you can handle the stupid. Number 1, don't even touch it, because you don't want that stupid to be on you. Stupid is an infection. And it is highly contagious. That is number 1. You can get someone else to be like, hey, notice somebody didn't, somebody committed a stupid here. So somehow, somewhere, this is going to have to get fixed. Or you can be what's known in life as the fixer of stupid. The fixer of stupid. That is a universal law job title. The universe bestows it upon you. It is not a it is not earned, but the universe bestows it upon you. So what you do is that they have stupid hazmat suits. Um, when you get done fixing the stupid, you have to go home and you shampoo twice to wash all the stupid off of you. And I got to tell you, man, if you don't get that stupid off of you soon, it infects your mind. It infects your mind. It really does. And you know, the people that leave the spark plugs on the ground, the stupid is so far infected into their nervous system and their brain stem and just the cranium of their brain. It's at an astronomical level. Astronomical level. And sadly, they vote too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They vote too. So I mean, you just got to be on the lookout. And if the universe bestows you the title of fixer of the stupid, you have to wear that title with honor because the universe has chosen you to do the right thing and to make sure that everything goes according to plan. Because if there was no fixer of the stupid, there would just be a lot of stupid. You see what I'm saying? Like, in some days being a fixer of the stupid is tough, man. It's tough. It's not a job for the faint of heart. You got to deal with stupid questions. You got to deal with stupid answers. You got to deal with just dumb, or sorry, not dumb. Dumb is a whole different breed. Dumb is just you wake up and there's just not enough capacity in a dumb person's brain to go, you know, that dumb is different than stupid. I would actually, um, I would actually rather work with a dumb person than a stupid one because a dumb one is trainable. A dumb person is trainable. They really are. Like, hey man, but you know, put that when you go get a new box of spark plugs, make sure that the extra spark plugs that you have goes into the bin to to help everybody else out. And they're just gonna go, okay. And that's all you have to do. A dumb person listens. Stupid people don't. Stupid people don't. Stupid people think, well, everything's fine. I think this box of spark plugs is good right here. And a dumb person, if you tell them once, they usually stick to it. They usually stick to it because they're dumb. They don't know any better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'd rather work with a dumb person than a stupid one. Because a stupid one thinks they have a conscience, and usually a conscience is wrong. And like I said, stupid shows up in any form it wants to. Any form it wants to. You cannot, in life, you cannot escape the stupid because the stupid is there to test you too and to challenge you to become, and maybe it's showing something that you're doing that you have to fix on the other end of that. The stupid could be like a guiding light to be like, I don't want to be stupid. So I'm just gonna not do what the stupid are doing. It's a good way to look at it too. It's a good way to look at it too. You know, I feel like a lot of things in life are there to show you something that you need to change. So yeah. The stupid. The stupid is everywhere. and you can't escape the stupid. And man, it so this week I've had to change that perspective to why are there so many stupid people around me to I'm just going to have to fix the stupid. When a stupid happens, I'm going to have to fix it. And I've done plenty of stupid. I've made plenty of stupid things. I've done a lot of stupids. And I'm still going to continue to do stupids because I'm human. You know what I mean? I'm human. And you got to watch out though. You got to watch out though because if you have this high okay, this happened to me. I had a high horse moment that I got humbled on. And I said someone did a stupid. And then 2 minutes later, I did a stupid. So you got to be careful. The stupid, when someone does a stupid, it's there to humble you. And to make sure that you understand that what that person did was stupid. So you don't do it. You know what I mean? So it changes the mindset to be like, that's a stupid. I don't want to do a stupid. And we're not going to do any more stupids. So, other than that, man, other than the stupid, not a lot going on. Not really. I mean, Sex and the Sensi's live podcast is coming up. I'm looking forward to going and seeing that. Joe Buck's comedy festival is going on in October. I want to say it's early October. That's gonna be fun. He's gonna be on the next episode. I did my 1 month comedy set over at Cottery Lounge and Cafe, and there's a lot to talk about there. Number one is that a nice O'Doul's mushroom gummy. I'm not saying O'Doul's makes it, but this mushroom gummy that I found does not have any cybacillin or cannabinoids in it. So it's like the O'Doul's of mushroom gummies, but it makes you feel really relaxed. Like it just takes the anxiety away, and it's a nice body buzz. That's it. I don't get high. I don't need to get high. I'm perfectly comfortable with not being high now. So like, why do I need to get high? And if I eat one of these mushroom gummies, ooh, it's a good time. It's a good time. So I had one of these mushroom gummies and 4 glasses of wine at this open mic, and I feel I didn't hit it out of the park, but I got to third base. I ran it. I hit a triple. I think that's what it's called. When you hit the ball and get to third base. I came in swinging, and I definitely hit the ball. And it got me to third. And I thought I was going to punk out because there were some comics from Louisville. And shouts out to you guys. Louisville and Lexington. And you guys were fun, man. You guys were fun. It was good talking to you guys. If you guys ever see this, it was really good talking to you guys. But it was a little, we got other comics here. And plus it was a ladies' night, so all my hands had to be on deck. You know what I mean? I had this opening. I tossed it around Gianna that's the owner of the place, Gianna. Awesome woman. Shouts out to you, Gianna. Thank you for letting me come spew my bullshit. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should say it. And then I heard that little voice, like that little God voice in my head. It was like, full send it, dude. Just full send it. I'm like, okay. So they called my name. I got up on stage and I said, I don't know if this is a cafe or a modeling agency. I can't tell the difference. How are we doing tonight? And got some laughs out of that and that, oh my God, like, that thing. And then I went into my act. I had some good laughs. There was an Asian woman in the crowd, and I was going to talk about some TikTok things and some there which I will actually talk about now. My TikTok algorithm was getting a little crazy, and it was these beautiful Asian women dancing, and it wasn't like anything sexual or anything like that. It was just they were doing this cute little dancing, clapping, and all that. But there's this one weird guy in the background with a surgical mask on, and he's always in the videos, always. And it's at a nurse's station, and there's not what makes it interesting to me, and here's how I see it, is that there's not one patient around that nurse's station. Not one. So that's a big red flag. And then they're dancing, and this guy's standing around. I think the guy's behind it. You know what I mean? I think the guy's like, you better get out there and dance or you're going back in your cage. That's what I wanted to say. But since there was an Asian woman in the crowd, I didn't want to get really offensive about it. So I had to pivot pretty quick. I just kind of said, hey, I think this is weird. I didn't really make it funny because I didn't want to popular to contra. How does that saying go? Uh, far be it for me to offend anybody. Sarcastically, you know what I mean? Like I've had my offending days, and I grew up. You know what I mean? But I'm pointing out the inconsistencies of what I see in these TikTok videos, and it just so happened to be an Asian woman in the crowd, and I didn't want to be that guy to do it. So I pivoted pretty quick to Venezuela. And I got to say, the videos of Venezuela, of that guy getting captured, he had some pretty cool looking outfits on. And it made me really wanted to go and be a president so I can get captured. You know what I mean? So that's how I ended it. But like, I had some pretty damn good laughs, and I felt like I hit to third base. So I was very excited. Even the owner said even Gianna said I did good. Her boyfriend. Sorry, folks, we had some technical difficulties. My mic cut out. But I'm really enjoying the comedy thing, man. I got some new ideas I want to talk about on stage. There's a Sydney Sweeney bit that I really want to get in to really work on because I think it has so much potential. It's just I got to find my way into it. It's either going to have to be like a slow pitch into it, or it's going to have to be like I have to start the bit with just an opening to it. So we're going to figure that out next time on stage. Streaming going's really good. I'm very excited to stream today with Miss Forsaken and Miss Allie. Those two ladies and I have really developed a fun friendship and a fun, just a banter. You know what I mean? So we're having some fun. We're having some fun. What's going on for the rest? I don't know it's usually the third Thursday of every month. So that's the next time I'm going to be doing an open mic. I got some goals maybe some new goals for Sea of Thieves. Maybe some new goals for streaming, some Sea of Thieves. Still putting my feelers out there to see where things go. I don't know. But you know what? I got the news right here. So let's take a look and see what's going on with the news. We haven't done that in a minute. Um, Not interested. Well, where's the news at? Trump threatens Canada with 100% tariff over possible deal with China. Good God, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let that go. I don't. Why do I even want to look at this nonsense? Oh. Winter storm brings snow, ice across the United States. So it looks like it's going pretty far into it. I want to see some pictures about this. Are you going to show me pictures? Or are you just going to show me... You're just going to show me nonsense. Okay. So let's get back to that. I know, I'm sorry I don't have it on screen right now. My apologies. Slipknot no longer suing Slipknot.com. What? What? Come on. Slipknot filed against the lawsuit and its owner. Now, after getting pushback from the domain registrant, the band has filed a notice of voluntary dismissal. The domain was registered in 2001 by an anonymous party whose name has been redacted for privacy. The band alleged that for nearly 24 years the website has been cyber squatting and using the domain to profit off the band's name. Slipknot's suit was filed in REM, meaning targeted the domain itself, not the registrant. Slipknot Online Services, the company that owns the domain, filed to dismiss the lawsuit on the grounds that the band waited too long to serve the lawsuit. Slipknot filed a voluntary dismissal. Notice the following day the dismissal was filed without prejudice, which means Slipknot can relitigate the matter in the future. Okay. Entertainment. Martha Stewart, 84, breaks her silence on plastic surgery rumors. That's the truth. Congrats to her. Let's see. Celebrities. Gaming. Okay. Let's go with some gaming news. Let's see. Prince of Persia. Forza? No. No. Not a lot of gaming news here. No, just not a lot of gaming news. I gotta tell you. There's not a lot of news going on, dude. Not a lot of news going on. Well, not a lot of news that I care about. And I gotta tell you, let me bring this up real quick. I know I don't like addressing anything remotely political about this. I don't like addressing anything remotely that has to deal with anything outside of my world, meaning I stream, I work, I podcast. That is it. I don't focus on what's going on outside the world or outside my little world because it's literally tragedy out there. That's all it is. Mainly, this woman in Minnesota, I want to say it was. Let me look this up before I Minnesota. Okay. Minnesota. Woman. There we go. Okay. Okay, yep. Minnesota. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this this ice agent doing something tragic. Now, when I first heard about this, I was playing a game with my friend Joe, my brother Dylan. I can't believe it. The last one was Giggles. I made the statement that said I don't care what goes on outside the world. And my brother brought up the Minnesota woman. I didn't even hear about it until he brought it up. Do I think anyone deserves to lose their life over whatever? No, I don't. Is it out of my wheelhouse as to what happened? Yes. Senselessly, I don't think excuse me. Senselessly, do I think people deserve to lose their life? No. That's a better way of what I wanted to say. I don't think anybody deserves to lose their life over senseless stuff. I don't. I really don't. And my prayers and thoughts are out to that woman and her family, and also my prayers are out to the ICE officer that committed the crime. Hopefully he comes to his senses and realizes what he did was a bad thing. And that's the best I can do. I can't. That as far as I'm going to take it. There's no reason to go any further than that. It's not my place, guys. It's not my place to say anything. I mean, I'm a streamer, I'm a podcaster, and I'm a welder. So I know nothing of politics, and I know nothing of what is going on in politics. So I tend to think that, if more people would be more concerned with their own life instead of everyone else's life, they'd probably get a little bit more done, in my opinion. Because there was at one point that I was involved in a lot of other things than just myself. I was spreading myself out too thin, and I had to regroup and say what is important to me. And 90% of the stuff that I cut out of my life is news. Actually, news and what other people had to say. Meaning they're talking about these topics and they're talking about this and they're talking about that. I don't listen. I do my own research. And what made me change my thought process on this Minnesota thing was that I actually watched the video of it, and that was horrible. That was horrible. What happened to that woman? It really was. So my thoughts and prayers are out to you and your family. And my thoughts and prayers are with the ICE agent. Hopefully he comes to his senses and says that was wrong. So, other than that, guys, I'm going to be on stream tonight with Forsaken Empire. It's Saturday, January 24th. So, this podcast comes out tomorrow. So, I will be done streaming with Forsaken. But come check out the stream anyway. Twitch.tv/on the level 162. And fear God, keep his commandments. See you on the next one.